What's going on, guys? Darren Kane here, back for another Mold Breakers video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the mistakes and some of the good things that were done in Season 2 of Dragon Ball The Breakers, and what they could do in Season 3 to learn from Season 2, and things that they should not repeat in Season 3 of Dragon Ball The Breakers. So if you guys don't know, Beerus and Whis were the last two Transpheres that we got for Season 2. This is it. This is done. Season 3 is supposed to start next week. So Beerus and Whis, that's it. And then the Spirit Center Volume 2 banner is it for the season. Now, what they did in Season 1 is that periodically throughout the season, they would have these little shop drops, like of different skins, voice lines, and things like that. But instead, what they did for Season 2 is that they dropped everything immediately. So at the beginning of Season 2, we literally had Beerus' skin, we had Whis' skin, and so that kind of hinted that they were coming. And so without them releasing skins periodically throughout the season, really all we got in Season 2 was transfer releases, like boosts, the occasional update, and that was it. There was one thing that they did in Season 1 that they really stopped doing, which was releasing these item codes. These item codes would give us free Spirit and free Zenny, and they were just nice, little bonuses that we would get for following the official Dragon Ball The Breakers Twitter page. In this season, we didn't get anything that, so it's pretty much just boosts, updates, and transfer releases, all that we got in Season 2. So I was just going to go through the Twitter timeline of the official Dragon Ball The Breakers Twitter and show you guys just what we got throughout the season, right? So I'll be right back and pull that up. So here we are, way back in February 15th. Dragon Ball The Breakers Season 2 starting tomorrow, right? So what did they do to celebrate? They had a live stream, and the live stream was definitely something else. I feel like, the Japanese live stream is a little better, the gameplay is a little better. The English one, it was cool seeing Vegeta in action, but the team unfortunately didn't really seem like they knew what they were doing too much with the game. But here we have one of the biggest inclusions, not only to Season 2, but the game itself, was the inclusion of this new matchmaking system. So what this matchmaking system did is that allowed you to choose to play how you wanted to play. You could, if you wanted to just play Survivor, especially, you could do that. If you wanted to do Flex Queue, like the OG way, you could do that. But this was the new thing that they added, which was Raider Queue. Now, what's embarrassing about Raider Queue is that this is a new thing that they added exclusively to Season 2, and it was up for a total of like what, 1 or 2 days, and then it was gone. And it's funny because they mentioned later fixing it and like getting it back, but as you can see right here, the season started on February 16th. Literally on February 17th, the very next day, the second day of Season 2, they had to implement urgent matchmaking adjustments to Raider and Flexible Raider preference options. I don't know if this was because of the influx of players for Season 2 or what, but not only was Flex Raider Queue messed up, like people would have like Raider Priority 17 and not be able to get played as Raider. The Raider option was also really messed up because it would take like 20 to 30 minutes to get a game as Raider. So what they did is that they fixed Flex Raider Queue and made it that it would work how it did previously in Season 1, and just completely put Raider Queue on hold. So we go ahead and look into the online matching here. As you can see, Raider Queue is still grayed out. It has been grayed out since February 17th, and I'm recording this on May 25th. So this bad boy has been grayed out for quite some time. Alright, so what did they do after this? After this announcement, they gave us double XP, which is pretty nice for people that are grinding their Survivors, and Vegeta, which was really cool. They released Gohan, Super Saiyan, and Super Saiyan Goku with instant transmission, which is still to this day one of the best active skills in the game, if not the best active skill in the game. And they released with the launch of Season 2. And then they released a Season 2 commemoration Spirit Siphon. This was more so for new players or players that haven't been around, for quite some time from Season 1. Typically, you probably have a lot of these abilities if you were playing in Season 1, but if you don't, the option was there. And here, they're just showing off some gameplay. And then this was very cool. next week, the very next week, we got a new batch of Transpheres. This was, like, they've never done this before. Typically, in Season 1, what they did is that they would release Transpheres in batches. So, you know, October, the game launched. Then November, we got the Raider Transpheres. Actually, is that true? No. November, we got the Raider Transpheres. And then December, we got Goku, Goten. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Anyway, let me pull that up, fact check really quick. Okay, my bad. So, yeah, late October, which was the release of the game. It was like 13th or the 14th or something like that. Late October, we got the villain Transpheres. We got Cell, Frieza, and Boo. And then the very next month, as you can see, these were the item rewards that I was talking about. These, we did not get a single one of these for Season 2 for some reason. Basically, what you would do is that you would take this code and you would go ahead and go into the game. I would post these as shorts all the time. You guys are OGs. Basically, would rock over to this little robo here, talk to them, and then you would input the item code and you would get the free reward. They stopped doing this for Season 2 for some reason, but yeah, this is what I was mentioning before. And then yeah, I believe what came next. Yeah, in November the androids came out. Yeah, November 23rd the androids came out, and then a month after that, Goten, Videl, Gohan, and Trunks came out. So that would be late December, which was yeah, late December, right up here. As you can see, there's Trunks. So yeah, this is the kind of the way they handled it in Season 1. They were giving us new Transpheres every month. So for Season 2, they changed this. So yeah, just to backtrack a little bit, on February, I believe the season started on the 16th. We got Goku and Gohan Super Saiyan, and then the very next week we got Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks. So like, for me as a content creator and just a player of the game, getting Transpheres like 1 week and then a new batch the next was incredible. They've never done this before. Like, imagine going from waiting from one batch of Transpheres to the next month, like having an entire month of nothing. Like, that was crazy. And I was kind of hoping they would continue this pattern, but unfortunately the next batch of Transpheres is not a long time from now. But they gave us 10 Spirit Siphon Season 2 tickets as a present for retweeting. They had some free weekends. They were showing off the Dragon tier here. And then they showed us the roadmap. So the roadmap and the additional features that they added for Season 2 was the reporting feature, which arguably I wouldn't consider a feature. It's kind of just something that the game should have had that it didn't have in Season 1. And of course, we talked about how the reporting feature isn't even that great. We haven't really seen players being banned, especially cheaters out there, which is unfortunate. The Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 linkage update is pretty cool. I did a video about it recently. You get a lot of rewards, like 6 free Spirit Siphon tickets, 30 TP tokens, 50,000 Zenny, a lot of good stuff. So definitely take advantage of that. And basically, the way this roadmap is looking, that every season we're getting 1 Raider, 3 Survivor skins, 1 map, and then the Transpheres is kind of up in the air on how many we get. First season we got 18. This season we got 9. I'm hoping Season 3 we get like 12, or at least not less than 9. We should only be going up from here, right? Considering that I would say Season 2 is a pretty solid success overall, right? So let's kind of go through the history here. So we had, after that, after they released the roadmap, we had one of the first boost campaigns they released. Typically, the way they handle these boost campaigns is they have a period of experience boost, the Zenny boost, the Super Warrior Spirit, and then Zenny again. Typically, the Zenny boosts are the shortest just because those are the most valuable, and that's what gives you those free multis. I don't know why they do that, but that tends to be how they go about it. Then after this, we got the release of, actually, is that right? We got this on February 24th, and then we got these boys on March 17th. So yeah, from this period, we didn't really get anything for a hot minute. Let me just make sure that's the case. So yeah, after the winter calendar, they were kind of just posting stuff about the linkage update with Xenoverse 2. These are the rewards that you get if you didn't know by doing the Xenoverse 2 challenges. I have a video on that if you guys want to look at that and the best way to go about it. But yeah, they had these little badges that you could get for doing a survey, which was actually pretty cool. The survey talked about crossplay, future raiders, and skins and stuff like that. So that was pretty neat. And then they were just showing off some of the skills that the new Survivor skins had. And yeah, no, the next thing after that was the release of Bardock, Super Saiyan 2, Goku, and Super Saiyan Adult Gohan. They were pretty good Transpheres. They were pretty good. But as you can see, yeah, it was pretty far after the release of Super Saiyan Vegeta and Super Saiyan Trunks. About a month after, to be honest. So going back to what they were doing. But what was cool is that when they released, they actually had the Saiyan Day campaign, which was the first time they ever introduced double rewards across the board. I'm talking double experience, double Zenny, and double Spirit Warrior Spirits power that you get after your game. So that was very huge. But that was only for 2 days. Yeah, that was that campaign, listing it off there. And this is them talking about the little emote that you would get afterwards. And then this is them displaying the skills. I don't know why they're showing Scouter like it's something to even acknowledge. So this is it. This was a big thing that they talked about. This was the patch notes. Now, what's a little embarrassing about these patch notes is nothing here was like too crazy from my understanding. The biggest thing is that they would like have a little blurb here for updates. But what I found very ironic about this post was that they're currently adjusting to have the Raider role selection on role select screen. So this is again the issue that they were working on, where you know, the Raider role select, it's grayed out, and this was way back in March that they were saying that they were working on it. Yeah, so this post, yeah, was way back in March. So I was speculating that they were going to fix this in April, by the end of April. It is May 25th again that I'm recording this, and this is still not fixed. Then after this, they updated, or they posted Season 2 battle results. And this is always really cool to look at, seeing the Raider victory win rate, the Survivor victory win rate, seeing it for specifically which Raiders are winning, the Survivors that are winning. So this was pretty cool. So yeah, we got to see the percentages of Cell, Frieza, Boo, and Vegeta. Vegeta was the highest. It probably has something to do with the fact that he just released. Frieza's up there, Boo is up there, and then Cell was up there as well. So yeah, this was pretty cool to look at. I'm glad that they released things like this. And then after that, they gave us Spirit Siphon tickets for the issue with Mount Frypan for not being breakable with certain Ki Blasts, which was kind of a crazy issue. That was a thing. It made that ability very, very, very broken. Then after this, we got a Spring Campaign calendar. More Zenny boost, more experience boost. Zenny, Super Warrior Spirits, and Zenny. So nothing terrible there. And then after that, we actually got a big, juicy update. I think this was the best thing that we got in the entire season, to be completely honest with you. And I really hope they implement this more in Season 3, which was adjusting skills. So they nerfed Bike here, which I think was beneficial to the game. I felt Bike was very toxic and honestly made the game a little too easy, especially in combination with Energy Field. They increased the value of Zipline Device, Change Missile, Flying Nimbus, Saiyan Pod Remote, making it better, and they nerfed Grapple Device a little bit, which you could argue wasn't completely necessary, but I think them increasing the value of Change Missile specifically made it a meta skill. It's very, very good, one of the best active skills in the game, so I hope they continue to update skills that aren't used that much in seasons prior for Season 3, because I feel like that just kind of added some spice to the game that we were desperately needing. So after this, so we got that the week prior to the release of Beerus and Whis. So as a content creator and as a player, this was really exciting. We had the new patch to play around with, and then the next week we got Beerus and Whis added to the game. They added some pretty good skills in terms of Transpheres. I feel like if you were going to skip a banner in this game, this banner you could skip. Beerus didn't really add anything crazy to the game. His super attacks were pretty mid. His pass abilities were pretty mid. Destructive Impulse, of course, can heal to level 4, which is really cool. That's like some interesting tech that you can do with him. But in terms of Beerus himself, not that great. Whis was a much better Transphere. Both of their Ki Blasts are not that great, but his super attacks, Whis' super attacks in particular, were very, very good. Especially the Wind Turbine ability could really hold the Raider in place, allowing you to combo very well. Conscious Control is okay, but Landing Delay Nullification was the ability that Whis brought to the game that was really, really, really impactful. So after this, we got Golden Week. Now, this was a huge campaign just because not necessarily of this boost, because this was just more generic boost and whatnot, but this campaign. Wait, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This campaign. So this campaign started around the same time of the Golden Week stuff. But this campaign was really, really big. Not necessarily because of the rewards. I unfortunately got shafted with the tickets. I imagine a lot of you guys got shafted with the tickets. But there's probably some lucky son of a guns out there. But the big thing about this campaign wasn't the rewards necessarily. It was the fact that we hit 250,000 matches played as a community in less than 2 weeks. Or in about 2 weeks. That was really big. And this kind of just confirmed to the player base and the Dragon Ball community that Dragon Ball The Breakers is not dead. If we hit 70,000 matches and weren't able to get any further than that, that would be pretty bad and pretty depressing. But I feel like this was just a good sign that the game is alive and kicking, right? So what was disappointing about the Androids banner coming back is that Wall Kick belongs to Android 18, right? This was a pre-order bonus for the game, and it is the ability that is locked to that pre-order bonus. And this is the first time they brought the Androids back on an exclusive banner besides their initial release. And this would have been the perfect time for them to bring back Wall Kick, and they never brought it back. So it left a lot of players scratching their heads. So for the Golden Week boost, again, just generic boost, Zenny experience Super Warrior Spirits, and they brought back the Androids banner. And they did a similar approach to Goku's family. Except it was a better boost having double experience for an entire week. This was big. This was a huge grind session for the game. Double rewards for Senny, XP, and Super Warrior Spirits. This was huge. The first time I ever done it. The first time they even introduced a double rewards was for Saiyan Day. So this was big. Hopefully they introduced double experience more often, because I feel like this is really good and makes players want to grind a lot more. Gets a lot of players playing the game. So for this banner, this was the one that was introduced during this Golden Week campaign. They brought back Mid-Air Jump, Kaioken Rush, and Flying Nimbus. Flying Nimbus I could kind of see since they buffed it with the patch. Kaioken Rush is pretty mid these days. Doesn't really, it's not really that great. Mid-Air Jump is good, but for some reason, I don't know why they brought, I don't know why they didn't bring back Sprint. Because Sprint was a fantastic ability that a lot of players were seeing the value of, especially combining with landing delay notification. And this would have been the perfect time to include Adult Gohan on this banner. Like, they literally have Goten on this banner, who was introduced on the same banner that Adult Gohan was. So it's just, it didn't really make much sense that he wasn't on this banner along with Sprint. So after this, we got this campaign completed. And then we have this final push campaign. And that's it, fellas. That's all, folks. That's really all we got for Season 2. And if we kind of just, like, go back and look through all these posts, all the boosts, all the summons, all the transfers that we got, I think the biggest thing that we've missed, or we were missing during the season, was content. Now, the content that we got were, these transfer drops. We got Goku Super Saiyan, and then Gohan Super Saiyan, and then Vegeta and Trunks Super Saiyan within 2 weeks, which was very exciting. But beyond that, that was the closest thing that we got to, like, consistent updates. Like, it launched with Goku and Gohan, then we got Vegeta and Trunks the next week. And then after that, we didn't get new Transpheres until March 17th. So this was February. This was February 23rd. We didn't get new Transpheres until March 17th. And then after these guys, we didn't get new Transpheres until all the way over here, which is, so remember March 17th, and then we didn't get Beerus and Whis until April 20th. So, like, if you look at it in that case, you take out the boosts. Like, do you guys consider boost content? Like, it is a reason to play the game, but I feel like for people that kind of just look at the transfer drops as content, like, we got Vegeta and Trunks February 23rd. Then the week prior to that, we got Goku and Gohan. And then after that, we got Bardock, Goku Super Saiyan 2, and then Gohan Adult Super Saiyan. And then after that, the next significant update or content drop was in April. So then they went back to their old game plan of Season 1 just dropping stuff every month, which I feel like is just not good, and they can't continue this pattern for Season 3. So basically, what is my point? So my point is that these once-a-month transfer drops is not enough. I feel like if they're going to drop transfers, they need to do it bi-weekly. Bi-weekly would be great, just because I feel like a month is not enough, especially when they released all the skin drops, all the voice lines at the start of the season, and then all we get is boosts. I think the boosts are great, and I don't want them to stop doing boosts. I feel like that is good. They need to continue doing that and keep bringing back old banners like this, like androids, and then with Sun Family, just because I feel like this is a good way to allow new players to acquire some of the better skills that released previously. But I feel like the biggest thing that Dragon Ball The Breakers needs is just more content and events. This game needs events. This game needs challenges. This game needs, like, all we have besides these boosts and these transfer drops is the Dragon tier. I've had the Dragon tier completed, I believe, since like late March or April. I'm like 87, and all I have is these challenges to do. And after you complete these, like, you're kind of just sitting on your hands. Like, it would have been cool because we have characters like Tien, Krillin, Yamcha, Goku. We don't have Kid Gohan, but like, imagine they launch Season 2 and they have this challenge where it's like, say you use, you know, base Goku, Krillin, Tien, Yamcha, and then if you do that, you'll get increased rewards. Or it's like a challenge where everybody's using, like, you're playing at Rocky Field, the new map, with Vegeta, and then you're using all these Saiyan Saga characters. Like, that would be cool. Like, just introduce challenges and new content to the game, just because I feel like releasing transfers once a month and having boosts in between is not enough. Now, I do think that update that they had with, you know, the balance adjustments with Rocket, nerfing Bike, nerfing Grapple, arguably maybe not that great. But I feel like that was really good. But I feel like what this game needs especially is just new content. A new game mode would be crazy, like Raider versus Raider, like with minions. That would be really fun. Like prop hunt, something like that. That wouldn't be too hard to implement. But like, my point is like, we have the base game, and that's it. And then we get new transfers, and then that's it. And one of the new features that they added this season, which was Raider Q, hasn't even been a feature for Season 2, bro. It's probably going to be more of a feature in Season 3 because it was playable for one day. And if you didn't take advantage of it for that one day, it's gone. It's gone already. So I feel like, what did Season 2 do right? I feel like the boosts were great. We had a lot of boosts this season. I think they need to bring back the item co-rewards back. They need to bring those back. We need events. We need more challenges besides the Dragons here. More customization would be great as well. They mentioned like having battle tags or like titles and stuff like that, something similar to the system they have in Fighters. But releasing transfers once a month is not it, boys. It's not it anymore. It was acceptable in Season 1 just because we had a lot of transfers to play around with when the game launched, and they were releasing new transfers throughout the season. But 9 transfers throughout a 3-month season? I'm sorry, that's not enough, boys. You know, let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Did they handle Season 2 well? Do you think Season 2 was a dub? Do you think it was a flop? I think Season 2 was pretty good. It got a huge influx of players. We hit 250,000 games within the season, within a 2-week period. I think Season 2 was a dub, but Season 3 cannot follow the same release schedule of new transfers once a month. I feel like bi-weekly would be acceptable. Bro, I would take 1 new transfer every week as opposed to like 3 or 2 once a month. I just feel like the once a month schedule is just outdated, and it can't work with an online only game where the only game mode is, you know, Survivor versus Raider, which is fun, which is great, but like, things get stale when you're waiting for new content a month of a time. The only way like the month release schedule works is if they do balance adjustments, you know, within that time span. So like, we get new transfers every month, but every 2 weeks, you know, we get balance adjustments, or like within that month we get balance adjustments. That's the only way it would like keep things spicy and keep things going, in my opinion. But with that being said, boys, let me know in the comments below what you thought of Season 2, if you are happy with how they handle it, if there's things that they could improve. In terms of content, you know, I mentioned some ideas like Raider versus Raider, prop hunt, theme challenges like Saiyan Saga, stuff like that. Let me know in the comments if you agree with those ideas, if there's any ideas that you have that would work great for the game. Let me know in the comments below, boys, just because I feel like what we currently have is not enough, and they need to do better. One thing I wanted to talk about is ranked. I know a lot of people are a little in between on ranked just because, I'm one of those people that complain about, like, sweaty players and, like, sweatiness of, like, getting sniped or, like, losing games, people using, like, broken abilities. But honestly, boys, let's talk about this really quick. Now, I'm fortunately not one of those individuals, but I don't really find grinding Raider to be all that fun. But if you're a player, which is possible because there are players out there that have all your Raiders maxed out and your Survivor is level 150, what else do you do in this game? Genuinely, what else do you do in this game? You finished the Dragon tier, right? You finished the Dragon tier. You got, you finished it, you hit, 70, whatever the hell it was. You got all the Bardock stuff. You're level 150. You finished all your Raiders. What are you doing? Genuinely, what are you doing on this game still? What are you, grinding Zenny? Grinding Spirit? Like, sure, I guess. Like, I mean, that is a thing. Like, I'm grinding Zenny, as you can see. I'm preparing for Season 3. But it's just like, are we really satisfied with that? Is that enough? I don't think so. I don't think so, boys. Just because I feel like adding rank could be really cool and it could be fun, and it's just like they don't have to get, with the inclusion of rank, this does not need to go away. This can always still be in the game. You'll always still get the same amount of Zenny for the rewards, spirit, experience, all that good stuff. Maybe for rank you get a little more, but the way they can handle rank is at the end of the the rank season or the rank period, you can get spirit siphon tickets based on your performance, TP tokens based on your performance, spirit based on your performance, exclusive skins, voice lines based on your performance, right? Maybe you get like there's like rank tokens, like it's a currency that you can use on these exclusive rewards. That way, if you hit like you hit like rank 1000 as opposed to rank 1, you can still manage your currency to get some of these rewards and not be like locked out of ones that you really like, right? I don't know. This is just me spitballing, but I feel like we need more than what we have is basically my point. And I feel like rank would be a way to go about it. It would give players something to continuously grind for after they hit max level and after they complete the Dragon tier. Because in my opinion, the most fun way to play this game is as a Survivor. I think the Raider is great. I think it's very unique. It's one of the most fun ways to play as villains in, Dragon Ball games, right? And in the Breakers. But I feel like the Survivor is more fun in Dragon Ball The Breakers, and once you complete the Dragon tier, and then once you get your Survivor level to 150, you kind of beat the game as a Survivor, right? And you don't really have much to work for besides grinding Zenny, and grinding Zenny, spoilers, is a slog. It sucks. It's not fun. It's not great. You're just sitting there, and half the time, let's be honest, we get shafted. We get shafted for our hard work. So it kind of sucks, and I really think adding a ranked-based mode would be great. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that specifically. I just want to include this little rank conversation as well, just because I forgot to mention this in the video, but I want to include it. But yeah, boys, catch you next one. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.